What is cloud computing? Cloud computing refers to the delivery of computing services, such as servers, storage, databases, networking, software, and analytics, over the Internet, the cloud. In cloud computing, users can access and use these services on demand, without having to invest in and manage the underlying infrastructure themselves. The cloud provider, such as Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud, is responsible for maintaining and upgrading the infrastructure, as well as providing security and scalability. Types of cloud computing. Infrastructure as a Service, IaaS. This is a type of cloud computing where the cloud provider offers virtualized computing resources over the Internet, such as servers, storage, and networking. Users can access and use these resources as needed, and pay for them on a pay-as-you-go basis. Examples of IaaS providers include Amazon Web Services, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. Platform as a Service, PaaS. This is a type of cloud computing where the cloud provider offers a platform for developers to build, run, and manage their applications over the Internet. The platform includes the infrastructure necessary for running the applications, such as operating systems, programming languages, and runtime environments. Users can focus on developing their applications without having to worry about managing the underlying infrastructure. Examples of PaaS providers include Heroku, Google App Engine, and Microsoft Azure. Software as a Service, SaaS. This is a type of cloud computing where the cloud provider offers software applications over the Internet. Users can access and use the software through a web browser or a mobile app, without having to install or manage the software themselves. The provider is responsible for maintaining and upgrading the software, as well as providing security and scalability. Examples of SaaS applications include Google Workspace, Salesforce, and Dropbox. Advantages of cloud computing. Cost savings. Cloud computing eliminates the need for organizations to invest in and maintain their own infrastructure, which can be expensive. With cloud computing, users can access computing resources on demand and pay only for what they use, leading to cost savings. Scalability. Cloud computing allows users to scale up or down their computing resources as needed, without having to invest in new infrastructure. This can be especially beneficial for organizations with fluctuating workloads or seasonal spikes in demand. Flexibility. Cloud computing enables users to access their computing resources from anywhere with an internet connection, making it easier for teams to collaborate and work remotely. Reliability. Cloud computing providers typically offer high levels of availability and reliability, with guaranteed uptime and redundancy in case of hardware failures. Security. Cloud computing providers typically have robust security measures in place to protect their infrastructure and users' data. This can be especially beneficial for organizations that may not have the expertise or resources to implement their own security measures. Access to new technologies. Cloud computing providers often offer access to the latest technologies and tools, enabling users to innovate and stay competitive. Disadvantages of cloud computing. 1. Dependence on the Internet. Cloud computing requires a reliable and fast Internet connection, as users need to access their computing resources over the Internet. 1. This can be a disadvantage in areas with limited or unreliable Internet connectivity. 2. Security concerns. While cloud computing providers typically have robust security measures in place, there is still a risk of security breaches and data theft. 2. Users need to be careful about managing their access credentials and data security settings. 3. Data privacy. Storing data on a third-party cloud server can raise privacy concerns, especially if the data is sensitive or regulated. 3. Organizations need to carefully evaluate their legal and regulatory obligations and ensure that their cloud provider is compliant with relevant standards and regulations. 4. Vendor lock-in. Once an organization has invested in a particular cloud provider and their ecosystem, it can be difficult and expensive to switch providers or move to a different architecture. 5. Downtime and outages. While cloud providers offer high levels of availability and reliability, they are not immune to downtime and outages, which can disrupt business operations and lead to lost productivity. 6. Lack of control. With cloud computing, organizations are entrusting their computing resources to a third-party provider, which means they may have less control over their infrastructure and applications than they would with on-premises solutions. 6. This can be a concern for organizations with specific customization or integration requirements.